as that time again where me and you we meet here on YTV on as Sportilicious, the show that celebrates the champions, reflect back on sports history, discover new sport, not forgetting, celebrating the participation of women in sports. My name is Bokamoso Kenosi. Me on the first segment of the champion this week, we celebrate the WBF Super Bantamweight champion by the name Mwabingaka.
Mwabingaka, it's a boy from a village called Toban. A boy of 25 years old. He's a WBF international champion. The boxing I started when got 2010. Yeah, that's when I started at 2009. Then I'm in love with the sport. Then I became joiner 2010. That's when I was on my, I think I was 7, yeah. Then I became similar then. Get trainer here, then people started coming. And okay, we think about it, maybe you are too young because we did a 7. How to go junior and that's when you join it. Then we got junioring with like join at 2011, and that's when similar whole. From then I started going. At the age of 17. Then I was called into the national team. Then they got to know you're still national team. So it's like about 18 and above. I get to 18. Then I went into the national team. Then I did some few games for national teaming. Then eventually then around 2018, 2017, somewhere there, I get to pro. My first fight was a tough fight because I was fighting someone on 10 fights, and I had none. So it was a great fight. Then I ended up losing until like a point they won. From there, I went back, get trainer hard. Then from there, I started winning all my fights till I became a WBF champion. My first fight as an amateur boxer was really a good fight. Like I really enjoyed it. I just wanted to see myself get a and that time boxing didn't eat to me that much, you know. So the first time I just had because I had an aim. I fought well, I did good, and I won, and it will encourage a lot for I should keep moving. I won't get to go amateur boxing because I have reached a level where now I'm big, you know. I'm focusing on big titles now, like WBC, WBO. Then what I'm sure in month's time, I'll be already fighting for those titles. Yeah, I'll be competing with guys abroad like I think Bojavante Davis. My biggest highlight, I'm really not sure, but let me just say my aim right now. My aim right now is just to, like I said, to go for WBC, World Champion, and WBO. Last few months I was invited for Pan Africa title, but I couldn't fight because I have a fight coming up on the 26th. But that's that was a big chance for me over in upgrading, and I'm sure very soon, I think in a month or so, I'll be going to fight for it. But WBO, I think also, like in a few months from now, I'm going to fight for WBO and WBC because our names are already there. The biggest challenge in my boxing career has been funds. Yeah, we've been having problems with funds because and training equipment. We're having a lot of problems with funds and training equipment because The government doesn't give us money, so we try to box using the money from our pockets. Sometimes we just ask help from coaches. Sometimes we ask help from friends and family, so that we can also go and train in other countries like South Africa and South Africa and other nearest countries. So we sponsor ourselves most of the time, and it is really a challenge because we need to funds to upgrade more and to have a let me say a sustaining life. For you to be a boxer, you really have to have a heart, the heart of a lion. Yeah, boxing is it's a really tough sport, man. Boxing is a really tough sport. That's why they call it a sport of people who don't have brains. It's really a hard sport. Like, number one, you can get injured the rest of your life. Number two, you can die. So when you look at those things, and it's a painful sport because you have to train a lot. There's nothing that you can do while you are training. When you are training boxing, you can't work, you can't do anything. You just focus on training. That's what you do. Because most of the time you would be training to prepare yourself for those 12 rounds. So 12 rounds is not a child's play, So most of the time you will training, and you get injuries like every day. Like myself, every day I get an injury. But so you have to have that heart of always feeling pain and always having that heart to push. Make sure everything that you do, put more effort on it, because it's up to you, it's not up to anyone. Yeah, so your dream, yeah, focus on your dream. Don't listen to anyone. Close your ears and focus on where you want to go. Don't listen to what people say. People always tell you what they feel, not what you feel.
And ke tsahela jalo ke re mo tule the WBF Super Bantamweight champion Moabingaka, saying there is a need for the private sector to come on board to ensure that they invest in sports as it can take the country's flag to greater heights. Now we move on into Discover the Sport, where we discover the sport that is new in Botswana, the sport by the name beach volleyball.
Hello everyone. My name is Tsepano Tony Orapeling, Tony Oral Tonation. I'm a beach volleyball player and athlete from Titans Pro Beach Sports, which is a beach volleyball club in Botswana, Aburune. We're here in Malabo Crossing, Bonita Beach Volleyball Park. I'm going to introduce you to the game of beach volleyball, which is a very beautiful game, I must say. So in beach volleyball, I'll take you through the skills from the start. As the game starts with a service and reception, setting and attacking or spiking. And then there is also blocking. You will need to start with service, the skill of service, whereby you stay at the service line and you execute the serve to the other side of the net. And also we have the skill of passing, and we have two different types of passing, the basic two different types of passing. Also we have another one in beach volleyball that is called the tomahawk. That is the third type of passing that you can use in beach volleyball. And the first passing skill, is the reception or the dig or the underarm pass or the bump pass. That is the first skill that we have in this beautiful sport. The second skill, we have the overhead pass, which usually is called, or is popularly known as the volley, where you volley the ball overhead, on your overhead. And we also have a tomahawk. A tomahawk, we will find it in beach volleyball only. You don't use it in six-a-side. So the tomahawk is whereby you put your hands together like this, then you lock, then you hit the ball while it's over your head, more like a volley, but this time around you lock your hands and bump the ball. So then we move on to another skill, which is the spiking or the hitting the ball, that is hit overhead, over the net. That is whereby after your setter sets the ball for you, you execute the right steps, right footwork, and then you spike the ball with an aim to score, your opponent. So then we have another skill called the blocking skill. It's whereby the opponent wait for you to spike the ball, and then he tries to stop it over above the net. Whereby you spike, and then your opponent lift their hands up, trying to stop you from scoring on their side. So those are the beach volleyball skills that we needed to cover today. And now we have the rules of beach volleyball, the playing structure or the playing rules. That's whereby we have the referee. That is the officials. The officials. Usually we have two who are holding the whistle, the first ref and the second ref. And also we have the side keepers, whereby they assist. They assist by standing at the corners of the court to assist the referees if the ball has landed inside the court or outside the court. Those are the officials that we need. And then the first ref is going to orientate the whole game. The second ref is going to be the assistant to the first ref, whereby he or she is focused much into the fouls, into identifying the fouls, and alerts the first ref that is a foul by whistling the whistle. So in beach volleyball, we have different rules, more different than the indoor six-a-side volleyball. Remember, in beach volleyball, we play like two-a-side, whereby every team consists of 2 players. Then the opponents also have 2 players. So that is the first rule, whereby it's, the team must be fielding a maximum of 2 players. And also, you must point that there is no reserve. There's no reserve at the bench there in beach volleyball. It's only the 2 of you. If the injured person can no longer continue with the game, they automatically forfeit. They forfeit the game. Then the other team is given 3 points. So that's the third part of this game. There's no reserve. If you're injured for good, you don't continue with the game. You give away the points freely.
Now we move on into celebrating the participation of women in sports. A table tennis player by the name Constance Kuswani.
Well, I started table tennis in 2008 ko Makalamabedi Junior Secondary School. Decided to go to Nekebala Form 1 by then, and then my table tennis coach, who introduced me to sports table tennis, was also my class teacher. So narana ko ngwahela re ntse re le mo classeng aba ampika are I like your height, o ka tshameka table tennis. By then ne ke tshameka netball, and I was very good mo netball. So table tennis, what do you mean by table tennis? Abare just come go classroom, whatever, after school ke tata ke go bontsha go table tennis go tewa eng. Go nna mo mmehela tota go ne mo sporting is a disadvantage. Go re disadvantage thata ka gore o ithela gona le dio tse leng gore ke di natural cause, like you know gore me every month o na le malatsi a ga go tsena mo malatsing. So nako ngwe tournament e khona gore e be ta e go lebile wena o tsena mo malatsing go taka malwetse ga o ikute sente go ra gore kana ya no go tournamenteng house, and you are not going to play to your best ability, because you have to be comfortable. O santse gore o ikuta sente le morale wa gago hela because ha o le mme o tsena mo malatsing dilo tse dingwe tse di tshwanang le bo di-mood di a change, confidence ya change, so o ithele le gore nako e nngwe player o kgona go se ke go tshameke sentle kana go lathegelwa because of dilo tsone tse di tshwanang le tsone tseo. Nka bua le a girl child hela ke re tota sport se botlhokwa, sport se na le mosola hela thata mo botshelong ka gore ha o ntse o tsamaya o ya ko pele wa go ithelela gore sport ke sone se e leng gore se ka go rekisa. Let's say ha le ngwe o batla ditiro yana ha o ta o tshwere sports profile se supa gore Constance Kuswane ke ngwana e leng gore kgona go ya ko bo Africa Senior Champs a go emela Botswana. Employer ba kgona go bona gore le wena you have a winning mentality in you, so you can come with that to a company o bo godisa company hela yalo o motho e leng gore kgona go bereka o itse gore ha go te hard work go tewa eng, o itse gore ha go te perseverance go te go buiwa ka eng, ha o motho e leng gore wa go thola ntse o lelekile go te ira yana gore you become like an asset, you also become a brand gore ha go te Constance Kusane o bereka ko national level ke brand ya national level ba itse gore re na le ngwana o leng gore ke motshameki wa tlhwatlhwa mo tirong, so that on its own hela it create awareness about gongwe company le gore ta bo lo go yone. And then hela talking about gore like being in the moment of being a girl gona yana ke batla go bolela hela bana ba ba tsena gore let's not limit ourselves. Ka itse gore ha go I discover gona le dikgantsa bo di boyfriend e kgona go go raya kana wena o motho wa sport o nna hela o ile di game gore ha o mphe nako, so ta re ska ra I limita boyfriend e leng gore ya go rata gore o dira sport kana o ira any other thing wa go nana le wena ebile wa go thusa gore o discover like a potential o nang le one e leng gore le wena no sa itse about yourself wa go support, so don't be scared to lose the relationship, don't be scared to lose the tsala or anything hela, just o leka go accommodate those people mo botshelong ba gago. Don't limit yourself, just go on with sport ke so se leng gore se botlhoka se ka go isa go gongwe ebile se ka go bulela dikgoro ha ntse go gola.
As I always say, it's a Sportilicious, and this week we celebrated the champion Moabingaka, a WBF Super Bantamweight champion. We also discovered the sport that is volleyball. We also discovered, we all reflected back on sports history, volleyball. So everything this week was more into, discovering what beach volleyball is and what also volleyball is all about. And we also celebrated the participation of women in sports. A table tennis player by the name of Constance Kuswane. As we always say, as a Sportilicious, my name is Bokamoso Knosi. Let's meet again next Tuesday.